Hare Krishna. I'm so happy to meet with all of you again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
So can we do 5 minutes of revision? 5 minute, just some main points what we discussed last class. Fast. Anyone would like to speak fast? Yes.
We talked about the roots of smaller
We talked about the roots. Yes, this big tree had small roots and small tree had small roots. So what did we learn from that? What lesson did we get? क्या हमने सीखा?
Prabhuji, that inner engineering is very important for us.
Very good. So inner engineering is very important for us. Why inner engineering is very important for us?
so that we
It
fall.
One by one. Okay. Well, Palak, yes, you were
Sir,
speaking.
it will, Prabhuji, it will like result in the outer growth.
Okay, it will result in the outer growth. Also, it will result in something else we discussed. Okay, और एक चीज होगा. अगर हमारा अंदरूनी strong होगा, तो हमारा क्या होगा? हमारा अगर inside strong होगा, तो क्या होगा?
We will be stable.
We will be stable. Very good. We will not be stressed. हमने डिस्कस किया था कि अगर पेड़ का रूट्स वीक रहेगा तो पेड़ गिरने का वो कि नहीं we discussed, do you remember? If the roots are not strong, then the tree will break apart. तो उसी तरह हमारे मनुष्य जीवन में, in our human form of life, also we see if our internal roots are not strong, then we will fall apart in life. We will get depressed, we'll get distressed, and all those things we were discussing. So Bhagavad Gita is going to make our internal roots very strong. Yes, so this is one thing we discussed. Okay, what else we discussed? Anything else? Anyone else who attended the class? Anyone?
Sir, Prabhuji, that stress is not negative or positive. It is
But stress is important, we discussed. Anyone else would like to speak something? Yes, Niti has raised hand. Please tell.
Prabhuji, we learned that how to use stress but not eliminate it.
Very good. We cannot eliminate stress. Why we cannot eliminate stress? Why we cannot eliminate stress? Because it is important. If you eliminate stress, then nothing will work in this world. Everything, the world will halt. Yes? We need to handle stress. We should not eliminate stress. Okay. Anything else? Last point. Yes, Ansu. Ashu, what is your name? Please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
I will
Krishna.
call.
Yes, please tell.
Prabhuji, we have learned that Bhagavad Gita makes our road happier with the life.
So Bhagavad Gita will make our road of life happier. Easier. हमारा रास्ता के साथ रिश्ता बदल जाएगा. Correct? We remember?
Yes, sir.
We were giving example of Mercedes and Maruti 800. आपका रास्ता सेम रहेगा, पर मारुति 800 एक्सपीरियंस से आपका मर्सिडीज बेंज का एक्सपीरियंस हो जाएगा. करेक्ट? एवरीवन रिमेंबर दिस? वेरी गुड. And anyone else? Any last point? Nothing? Okay, let's start today's class. Okay, so we will see today's class. This is the topic, perceptions and perspective. How Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, speaks about perception, दृष्टिकोण. जीवन की दृष्टिकोण के बारे में बताता है. So we will, in the beginning, take a nice story about these two fellows. Okay, so please carefully hear the story. So this is a story about a ticket collector And so this, there was a ticket collector, ticket collector, bus ticket collector. So this bus ticket collector used to collect tickets in at one bus stop. One big, hefty, muscular, with biceps and triceps and everything entered the bus. And this ticket collector, as you see in this PowerPoint, was very, very skinny. And this man who entered, he sat down like this, how a person would sit. He sat down like this. And this ticket collector, he was going, asking everyone ticket, 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 ticket. And he went to this man. And this man said, showing his biceps and triceps and all the seps, Jaggu Dada, ticket nahi kharidta hai. And this man got really frustrated. Because I'm skinny, he's telling me like this? Okay. So he left. Anyway, the ticket collector was skinny and Jaggu Dada was really fat. So he didn't argue with Jaggu Dada. He said, "Theek hai, Jaggu Dada ticket nahi kharidta." So next day, again, in the same bus stop, again this muscular man entered. And ticket collector asked, ticket, ticket, ticket. And then he asked, and he said, "Jaggu Dada ticket nahi kharidta hai." This skinny man, what he will do? He didn't argue. Third day, same thing happened. This man got so much frustrated. He said, ki just because I am skinny, I am thin, like Srinitay Das, I am getting exploited. I must do something about it. So he went for a 3-month gym program. He gave a subscription, 3-month subscription, Power Pack Gym. He started eating a lot of chana and paneer and protein and everything. And very soon, in 3 months, he also got some muscles. And again, after 3 months, he joined the bus, started collecting tickets. And again, in the same bus stop, the same muscular man, Jaggu Dada, entered. But this time it's different because the ticket collector also is not now skinny. He is also very hefty, very strong. So he was asking ticket, 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 and he reached this man and he said, ticket. He said, "Bola na Jaggu Dada ticket nahi kharidta hai." And then, because this person also has taken protein throughout 3 months, gone to gym, so he also replied, "Kyun Jaggu Dada ticket nahi kharidta hai?" And he was showing his muscles. And then this man, he took out the pass, monthly pass, and he said, "Kyunki Jaggu Dada monthly pass pe travel karta hai." So in this way, based on our perception, this skinny fellow had a perception. Because I'm skinny, this person is exploiting me and not giving ticket. But the reality was, Jaggu Dada was an honest person, though he was muscular. Not that every muscular man is just wanting to exploit everyone. So our perceptions create a reality within us. And that is why the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is observing the army. It is about changing our perceptions. So Bhagavad Gita begins with the first chapter where 3 personalities are described, whose perceptions are described. The first one is Dhritarashtra, the second one is Duryodhana, and the third one is Arjuna. So these 3 personalities, perceptions, and perspectives are mentioned in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And we will see What lesson we can learn from these three personalities mentioned in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita? So first we will talk about Dhritarashtra, which is the first sloka of Bhagavad Gita. The first sloka of Bhagavad Gita doesn't start with Krishna. It doesn't start with Arjuna. It starts with Dhritarashtra. Okay, so let's recite this. All of you can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Just a little bit of remark about reciting the slokas, Sanskrit slokas. It's very, if you see, there is R and below R there is a dot. Everyone is able to see?
Yes.
So that is called Ru. Just like we have Sanskrit mein, Hindi mein Ru. So R ke niche dot लगा दिया तो Ru. A के ऊपर line लगा दिया तो A. Because in English there is A only, there is no A. But in Hindi there is A and A. So A is A and A के ऊपर line is A. Okay. तो S के नीचे डॉट है दंतेसा और you know दंतेसा. We have the yes. And T के नीचे डॉट है तो ट. There is ta and ta. Okay.
Yes.
This is called English phonetics. So this will be Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Uvacha. Correct? Right now. Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Samaveta Yuyutsavaha. Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva. Ima Kurvata Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Samaveta Yuyutsavaha. Mamaka Pandavaschaiva. Akurvata Sanjaya. So you see, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Uvacha matlab speaking. Dhritarashtra ne kaha. Kya kaha? What he is telling? Dharma Kshetre. In the land of Dharma. Which is the land of Dharma? Kurukshetre. So Kurukshetra is the land of Dharma. Samaveta. Samaveta matlab sama means together. Samaveta. Samaveta matlab together. Together what is happening? Yuyutsavaha. Yuyutsava matlab yuddha. Yuddha, you understand? War. Yuyutsava matlab wanting to do war. Desiring to do war. Yuyutsavaha. Mamaka, my. Pandavas, their Pandavas. Chaiva, both. Cha means and. Both my children and Pandavas. Kima Kuruvata Sanjaya. What is happening, O Sanjaya? Please tell me. After Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu, that is the Pandavas, assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Okay, this is very simple. Now, if you see, this is a simple question that is being asked by Dhritarashtra. मेरे बच्चे और पांडव लोग कर क्या रहे हैं? But this question has deep lesson for all of us. So we will see from the first verse which looks like a very normal question, right? क्या हो रहा है बताओ, है कि नहीं? But it has deep lesson. That is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. Just a question which apparently shows that एक तो question है. So we will see now how much depth of wisdom is there in just this question of Dhritarashtra. Okay, so we will go ahead. Now all of you, you tell me, what is the most fundamental need in this world?
Prabhuji, to love and to be loved.
Okay, to love and to be loved. Anyone else?
Prabhuji, peace.
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 Okay, okay, very good.
Prabhuji, to be happy.
To be happy. One loud jor se clap of hands and Hari Bol for Palak. To
Hari Bol.
be happy. You see how happy Palak is to tell the right answer. To be happy. Yes, Palak wants to be happy. Srinitay Das wants to be happy.
Also, roti kapda makan, food shelter.
Roti kapda makan. But why we want roti kapda makan? Now, because who said roti kapda makan?
Aryaman.
Aryaman, very good.
Prabhuji, daily resources.
Okay, daily resources. Aryaman is telling daily resources. Arinja is telling daily resources. Aryaman, you are, if you don't mind, you are in studying or working. Just.
Prabhuji, I am studying.
I'm joining a college.
Okay, you are going to join a college. So you are going to stay in a hostel, or you are going to do
I'll be staying in a hostel.
Yes, you are going to stay in a hostel. So Aryaman is going to stay in a hostel. My question to Aryaman is this, very simple. Aryaman, imagine you went in the breakfast to the mess of your college hostel, and the breakfast, the mess officials served you bread and butter. Okay, so bread and butter and little bit of milk you took, and then you went to the college. You came back in the recess time at 1 o'clock. And then you went to the mess and you saw bread and butter. Okay. And again in the dinner, Aryaman goes to the mess and then bread and butter. Hare Krishna. And next day in the breakfast, Aryaman goes to the mess, bread and butter. Then Aryaman becomes so frustrated and goes and complains to the mess officials, mess manager, and said, why you are giving only bread and butter? Why you are not changing the menu? The mess officials, they say, we change the menu. Morning we give bread, butter. And afternoon we get butter and bread. And in the night again bread, butter. We are changing the menu actually. So my question is, Aryaman, if you get only bread and butter and little bit of milk, will you survive or you'll die?
I will survive.
You will survive. So, but we don't take bread and butter. That means food is not just for survival. Food is for something else.
Happiness.
Very good. Food is for happiness. That is why we have pasta. That is why we have pizza. That is why we have momo. That is why we have roll. That is why we have tacos. That is why we have macaroni and so many items. Yes. Because we don't take food for survival. We take food for happiness. Similarly, dress. I remember when I was a kid, I have two sisters who were elder to me, and my sister was studying in college, and I was studying in school. So my sister will drop me to school, go to college, and then again pick me up, and we both will come back to home. So that was the regular practice. So beside my sister's college, sister's college was a women's college in Bhubaneswar, very famous women's college, Rama Devi Women's College. So this RD Women's College. Beside my sister's college, one day my sister took me, and it was a shop. And that sop was specifically designed to cut the top portion of the kurta. That's it. Nothing else. My sister gave the kurta, and that shop owner took 800 rupees just to cut. And he had lot of options. U, B, A, B, C, D, whatever you want a cut, he will cut. And I was thinking, my goodness, this person just cutting the neck and getting 800 rupees. Why I am planning to go for engineering and do, this is a nice business. He has put it in a strategic place beside women's college. Just imagine, are we wearing to cover our body, or are we really wearing for happiness? Yes. So roti, kapda, makan is not the fundamental need. Because roti, kapda, makan, if it becomes the fundamental need, then we will not strive for happiness for these things. So the fundamental need for human existence is to be happy. Right? So that's what is being mentioned here, is that the fundamental need is happiness. हम जब कुछ भी करते हैं जीवन में, खाते हैं, सोते हैं, कपड़ा पहनते हैं, हर चीज में हमको एक ही चीज याद आता है, मजा आना चाहिए, आनंद आना चाहिए. Right? But the problem is that though this is the fundamental need to be happy, sometimes we forget that this is also an universal need. So what is the difference between fundamental need and universal need? Now we will discuss for 2 minutes. Fundamental need and universal need. I will really let you scratch your brains. Fundamental need, universal need. Okay. Yes. Anyone was speaking?
Fundamental need is the basic need of everybody, and universal means that everybody in this universe needs that.
Very good. Now, who said it?
Sir, Sanskar Thakur.
Sanskar Thakur has spoken a very amazing statement that fundamental need is everyone wants to be happy. But the point is universally everyone wants to be happy. So Sanskar wants to be happy, Palak wants to be happy, and Srinitay Das wants to be happy. And who else are there? Arinjay wants to be happy. Mona Lisa wants to be happy. Neha Goswami wants to be happy. Ansuman, Ayan wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy. What's the problem? If everyone wants to be happy, what's the problem? क्या समस्या है? ठीक है.
Sir, sometimes we ignore others' happiness while doing our
Very good. Samskar has learned the first part of first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. One big loud applaud for Samskar. Hare Krishna. Whenever we congratulate anyone, we say Hari Bol. So all of you please chant loudly Hari Bol for Samskar.
Hari Bol.
Hari
Bol. Very good. So Sanskar has got the right point. That is, individual happiness should not bring about collective misery. Because happiness is a universal need. It is not just an individual need. Everyone wants to be happy. And that is why, as it is mentioned, we need to be sensitive. My pursuit for happiness, Sri Nitai Das' pursuit for happiness should not bring about someone else's misery. That is the first lesson from the first sloka of Bhagavad Gita. So Dhritarashtra is telling, Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva. मेरे बेटे का क्या होगा? पांडव लोग जाए भाड़ में. This is Dhritarashtra Chetana. What is Dhritarashtra Chetana, which is mentioned in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which Bhagavad Gita wants to eradicate? Imagine the whole world without Dhritarashtra consciousness, without Dhritarashtra Chetana. What is Dhritarashtra perspective of life? I will be happy, baki jaye bhaad mein. Why there are so many relationship problems in today's world? I was telling the other day to addressing in to some people, I was telling how when I was in IIT, there was the situation was that there was no smartphone, and there was a STD booth, and people used to call, and so much of difficulty to get connected. Nowadays, to be connected with each other, it's so easy. We have smartphones, we have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have WhatsApp, we have Telegram, we have Snapchat, we have what not. So though connectivity has increased, but sensitivity has gone down, and that is why relationship issues have gone up. The husband is thinking, I will be happy. Wife jai bhaad mein. My happiness is the primemost factor. The wife is thinking, mere ko khush rehna hai, baki sab jai bhaad mein. The husband and wife, they are thinking, we should have a stable career. Bachon ko theek hai, bhaad mein jaye, unko boarding school mein daal. The kids are thinking, we should be happy. Mummy, papa को जितना exploit करना है करो. पापा का पैसा है उड़ाओ. पढ़ाई की क्या जरूरत है? So these are all, we may think I am not Dhritarashtra, I am such a great person, I am Sri Nitai Das. But Dhritarashtra is not just a figure in Mahabharata, in the history of India. Dhritarashtra is there within our heart. Otherwise, why would I read about Dhritarashtra? And what do I gain from Dhritarashtra by reading about Dhritarashtra? Dhritarashtra is gone, dead and gone. But Dhritarashtra is dead and gone in the Indian history, but in the history of our heart, Dhritarashtra is still present. So Dhritarashtra represents extra sensitivity to individual happiness and complete negligence about thinking about others' happiness. Mamaka Pandavas. Mere bete खुश रहे, बाकी दुनिया जाए भाड़ में. But Pandav were also Dhritarashtra's son. In that way, how I am different than any one of you who have joined the class. I am also a human being, son of God. You are also son and daughters of God. How come my pursuit for happiness becomes so very important that I can put everyone into misery and pain? And if this understanding is not there, then we are not human beings. The basic qualification to be human being, where I'm staying, it's actually, we have a lot of cows, right? We have a temple, we have cows. Now, every day we feed the cows. अच्छा खासा उनको खिलाते हैं. Every day in the night, if we give them lot of fodder, lot of straws and lot of food. And every day in the morning time when I go, there will be some food remaining. That means we feed them more than enough. Every day the cow would see that हमारा खाना सुबह तक बच जाता है. But every day in the evening, while giving food, they will all be fighting. This is animal consciousness. But human consciousness is, if I have got one cake, let me share it with my entire family. If the cake is 1 pound and family of 4, then let me divide it into 4 parts and distribute it. This is consciousness that Bhagavad Gita begins with. That मामका पांडवास चाहिए, मेरे को एक पूरा केक चाहिए. तुमको केक मिले ना मिले, कुछ भी हो, भाड़ में जाओ तुम. And that's how we see. When we are small kids, we have no problem. When we are small kids, we fight for toys. When we grow up, we fight for something else. When we grow up, we fight for property. Keep on fighting. Why we are fighting? Because we think that I should be happy, others, they should not be happy. They are born to be miserable. वो पैदा हुआ है दुख भुगतने के लिए, और मैं पैदा हुआ हूं आनंद में रहने के लिए. ये है धृतराष्ट्र चेतना, जो प्रथम श्लोक से हमको पता चलता है कि धृतराष्ट्र thought that my son, the Kauravas, they're born to be happy, and the Pandavas are born to be miserable. So this is the first thing that we are learning from this, is that we need to become sensitivity in our pursuit for happiness. So Dhritarashtra had his own perception towards happiness. My sons will be happy, others, who cares? And he was so careful about one's happiness and completely neglectful of others. He was so neglectful of also the good advice that was given. Vidura came to instruct Dhritarashtra. Akrura came. Krishna came. कौन उसको अच्छा advice नहीं दिया? But he was disturbed because वो केवल सकल से अंधा नहीं था, वो अकल से भी अंधा था. Dhritarashtra was not just blind by eyes, the blindness was in the heart. If you read the Mahabharata, just see what category people were Yudhishthira and Pandavas. Let's just make an analysis. So you all know the story of Mahabharata, that how Draupadi was insulted, and just imagine, Draupadi is daughter-in-law of the family. Daughter-in-law and daughter, how does it matter? ये तो daughter-in-law है, उसको तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. Sometimes, we see women are so much of exploited. Why? Because of this Dhritarashtra consciousness. This is daughter-in-law. This is not daughter. So Draupadi was insulted, trying to be disrobed in the public assembly where 20 lakh people had assembled. Just imagine. 20 lakh people had assembled to see the gambling match where Draupadi was insulted. And then the entire war happened and all those things happened. And when the entire war happened, everything happened. Draupadi was the lady who was serving old Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. It was Draupadi who was serving Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. After this entire episode happened, it was Dhritarashtra who sanctioned Draupadi's insult. And it was Draupadi who actually was serving Dhritarashtra and Gandhari. Oh, they are old people, where they will go? All their sons are killed and dead and gone in Mahabharata war. Let me serve them. not with grudge, with so much of love and affection. And Yudhishthir never considered himself as king. He always considered Dhritarashtra as king, even after winning the war. This, why? Because Yudhishthir and Draupadi were thinking, what Dhritarashtra and Gandhari would think? They're already so miserable. They're already so unhappy because 100 sons are killed. We should not give more misery to them. We should give them happiness. This is Pandav consciousness. They were thinking of Dhritarashtra and Gandhari's happiness more than their happiness. And Dhritarashtra was thinking about his happiness more than their happiness. So, the concept of life that we need to define is whether we want to be para dukkha dukhi ya para dukkha sukhi. We want to be happy seeing others' misery, para dukkha sukhi, or we want to be para sukha dukhi or para dukkha dukhi. हमारा चेतना क्या रहता है? दूसरों का सुख हो गया तो मेरे को दुख लगता है, बाप रे उसको क्यों इतना सुख मिल रहा है. दूसरे का, अगर मेरा गाड़ी नहीं है और मेरी पड़ोसी का गाड़ी नहीं है, बहुत अच्छा, पर मेरी पड़ोसी का गाड़ी आ गया और मेरा गाड़ी नहीं है, या फिर मेरा गाड़ी आ गया और पड़ोसी ने बहुत बड़ा गाड़ी खरीद लिया, या अगर मेरे पास लेट्स से मारुति डिजायर है और पड़ोसी ने अगर क्रेटा खरीद लिया, तो क्या मेरा डिजायर छोटा होके लूना हो जाएगा, एक्टिवा हो जाएगा? होगा? मेरा डिजायर छोटा हो जाएगा, टू व्हीलर हो जाएगा क्योंकि पड़ोसी ने मर्सिडीज खरीद लिया? मेरा गाड़ी गाड़ी रहेगा, पर मेरा तुरंत सुख खुश हो जाता है, ओहो और आनंद नहीं है. So we need to define what is happiness. We all need happiness, but we have defined happiness with our own perceptions. With the perceptions like Dhritarashtra. धृतराष्ट्र को लगता था कि पांडव लोग खुश हो जाएंगे तो मेरे बेटे दुखी हो जाएंगे, मैं दुखी हो जाऊंगा. अरे कैसा? पांडव लोग अगर अच्छे से चपाती खा लेंगे, पराठा खा लेंगे और हवा खा लेंगे एसी का, तो मेरा एसी बंद हो जाएगा. ऐसा होगा कभी? This is a weird perception we have in our life, which Bhagavad Gita is trying to root it out from the very beginning. अरे तुमको आनंद में रहना चाहिए, तुम आनंद में रहो. उसको जो आनंद जो भगवान ने दिया है उसमें खुश है, तुमको जो भगवान ने दिया तुम खुश रहो. Right? But our entire life goes on comparing. उसको क्या मिला, इसको क्या मिला, उसको क्या मिला, इसको क्या मिला, उसको क्या मिला. So we have got these three cancers which represent Dhritarashtra in our life. The first one, can anyone say? It starts with C.
Compare.
Comparison.
Very good. Compare. The second one, it also starts with C.
Compete.
Very good. Compete. The third one, it also starts with C.
Criticize.
Complain. Criticize. So it starts with comparison. We compare in wrong terms. उसको क्या मिला, उसको क्या मिला, इंस्टेड ऑफ काउंटिंग मेरे को क्या मिला है. अरे तुमको इतना अच्छा अच्छा चीज मिला है, भगवान ने दिया है, उसको तो देखो ना. उसको क्या मिला, अरे उसको क्या मिला, जो मिला भाड़ में जाए. तुमको क्या मिला, उसको तुम्हारी सेवा में, परिवार की सेवा में, जगत की सेवा में लगाओ. Like sometimes I go to some place. I say, स्वामी जी, आपने बहुत अच्छा पढ़ाई किया, सब नौकरी वोकरी किया, सब कुछ किया, मेरा बेटा पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहा है. ऐसे अरे आपका बेटा कुछ तो कर रहा होगा, देखो. जस्ट बिकॉज वो इंजीनियरिंग क्लियर नहीं किया, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो बकवास हो गया. क्यों? क्योंकि ये इंजीनियरिंग किया, उसका बेटा इंजीनियरिंग ने क्लियर किया, उसका बेटा आईआईटी में गया, उसका बेटा आईआईटी में गया, और मेरा बेटा अगर आईआईटी में नहीं जाएगा तो क्या हो जाएगा, क्या फिर. Right? I remember when I was in studying in IIT in my third year. So in third year, first semester, this is about 2007. So after Durga Puja, we have in IIT Kharagpur used to get a big bunch of 4 days, 5 days holidays in Durga Puja. So after Durga Puja holidays, so one of my friend from my batch, electronics department, he didn't turn back. Matlab, he didn't return back and join the classes. So 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. So one boy, one of my friend, got a call from his parents कि अरे वो फोन वोन नहीं कर रहा है तुम्हारा दोस्त, मतलब that friend who was missing, कहाँ गया? हमने बोला इधर कॉलेज में तो आया नहीं, हॉस्टल में दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, हमको तो पता है कि उधर ही रहा होगा, मतलब घर में है, आया नहीं घर से. पेरेंट्स लोग तो बहुत डर गए कि अरे बाप रे, बेटा कहाँ गया, कॉलेज में नहीं है, घर में भी नहीं है, दोस्त लोगों को पता नहीं है, कहाँ गया. अब वो आ गए हमारे हॉस्टल में, घूम के गए, प्रोफेसर आ गया, पुलिस आ गया, सब लोगों को पूछा कहाँ गया वो लड़का, तुमने कब लास्ट में देखा था, वो क्या बोला, ये बोला, वो बोला, सब चालू हो गया. तो हमको तो कुछ पता नहीं था. And he used to get like I was topper in the department. He used to be a mediocre student, like 85, 8.5 CG उसका आ जाता था. So we were not having any clue why, what happened, whether he committed suicide, what happened, nothing. And he was missing, absconding from everywhere. So third year gaya, fourth year gaya. Then I did my MTech. So when I was doing MTech first year, one day I saw that boy, my friend. मैं तो चिल्लाया, अरे तुम कहाँ था रे, तुमको ढूंढ रहा था. तो फिर मेरा दोस्त हाथ दिखाता है, बाबूजी है ना. बोला बाप रे, बाबूजी जा रहे हैं. तो मैंने कुछ नहीं बोला, बाबूजी जा रहे हैं, बाबूजी खुश रहेंगे, बाबूजी कुछ नहीं बोलना चाहिए. तो बाबूजी को देखा, तो फिर मैं उस दिन कुछ नहीं बोला. नेक्स्ट दिन वो खुद आया, तो हमने हमारे हॉस्टल के एक पेड़ था सामने, उसमें बैठा, बात किया. तो लड़का बोलता है कि अरे तुमको क्या बताऊं रे भाई, मेरे को बचपन से गिटारिस्ट बनने का इच्छा था, और मेरे बाबूजी को मेरे को इंजीनियर बनाना था. अब जब थर्ड ईयर में आ गया, मेरे को इतना फ्रस्ट्रेशन आया. मेरे को याद है वो गिटार विटार कुछ कुछ बजाता था बैंड में, मैं तो इतना अटेंड नहीं करता था. अब थर्ड ईयर में इतना मेरे को परेशानी हुआ. मैं सब छोड़ छाड़ के गिटार सीखने चला गया. एंड तो मैं फिर बाबूजी पकड़ के लेके आए हैं, मेरे को अभी आईआईटी कंप्लीट करना है. तो हमको समझने आना चाहिए दिस कंपैरिजन इन ऑल टर्म्स. हम अपने आप में कंपेयर करते हैं, वो टॉपर बन गया. अरे खुद का देखो, खुद को तो कुछ भगवान ने हर व्यक्ति को अच्छा चीज दिया है. Everyone has got good potential. Like for example, let us say I take an example. Okay, here there is Deepak Kumar. This is the last example we'll take. Okay, Deepak Kumar, are you ready to volunteer for an example? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes.
Yes,
Deepak,
Prabhuji.
yes, no problem, sir.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Deepak, who is your favorite actress?
Favorite actress?
Actress, favorite.
Prabhuji, actually, from last 6 months, I didn't see any movie, but earlier, my favorite actress was Disha Patani and Aishwarya Rai.
Okay, very good. Aishwarya Rai, Disha Patani.
Earlier, my favorite actress was Disha Patani and Aishwarya Rai.
Okay, Aishwarya Rai. Let's say Aishwarya Rai मैं भी जानता हूँ उसको, दूसरा तो मेरे को पता नहीं कौन है. तो ऐश्वर्या राय. तो मान लीजिए दीपक, आपको थोड़ा दर्द हुआ. इट्स जस्ट अ हाइपोथेटिकल एग्जांपल. मान लीजिए आपको दर्द किया, थोड़ा सा पेट में दर्द किया. आप दीपक ने हॉस्पिटल गए, थोड़ा यूएसजी स्कैन किया, सिटी स्कैन किया. उससे पता चला कि दीपक की गॉल ब्लैडर में थोड़ा स्टोन निकला है. डॉक्टर ने बोला ये नॉर्मल है, गॉल ब्लैडर को ऑपरेट करना पड़ेगा. सो दीपक को लगा, अरे इतना मैं छोटा आदमी हूं, मेरा गॉल ब्लैडर में स्टोन आया, गॉल ब्लैडर ऑपरेट हो जाएगा. डॉक्टर ने बोला चिंता करने की दीपक बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है, मैं एक्सपर्ट हूं इस मामले. फिर भी दीपक सोचा कि एक फेसबुक पोस्ट में, मेरे पेज में थोड़ा पोस्ट डालता हूं, मेरा गॉल ब्लैडर ऑपरेशन होने वाला है, तो थोड़ा प्रार्थना कीजिए. तो दीपक ने फेसबुक पोस्ट डाला और फेसबुक पोस्ट को सब जगह भेजा. और दीपक, आपका जो फेसबुक पोस्ट है कि आप बोल रहे हैं कि गॉल ब्लैडर ऑपरेशन का, वो वायरल हो गया है. और वायरल होके सब जगह पहुंच गया है, टॉप व्यू आ गया है, और ऐश्वर्या राय के पास भी पहुंच गया है. और ऐश्वर्या राय खुद अपने हाथों से आपका ऑपरेशन करना चाहती है. और एक साइड दीपक जो डॉक्टर है वो बहुत काला है, उसका दांत टूटा हुआ है, उसका कान कटा हुआ है, और वो इंग्लिश सही से बोल नहीं पाता है. एक साइड वो डॉक्टर है जिसका कान कटा, काला, कचोटा, पूरा ऐसे काला, दांत गिरा और ठीक से बात नहीं कर पाता है. वो एक्सपर्ट गॉल ब्लैडर सर्जन है. और दूसरी तरफ आपकी फेवरेट एक्ट्रेस ऐश्वर्या राय जो आपको ऑपरेट करना चाहती है. क्या करेंगे दीपक? सोच लीजिए ध्यान से. हाँ, क्या करेंगे? आपका आवाज ऐश्वर्या राय से करेंगे ऑपरेशन? म्यूट हो गया.
प्रभुजी, एक्चुअली ऐश्वर्या राय, शी इज एक्ट्रेस ना. ऐश्वर्या राय इज एक्ट्रेस. सो हाउ ही कैन,
करने के लिए राजी है. आप क्या करना चाहते हैं? वो कैसे करेगी वो उसको जाने. वो काटेगी, पहले ब्लेड लगाएगी, कुछ लगाएगी, काटेगी, और क्या कैसे करेगी उसका मतलब है ना. आप क्या, किससे ऑपरेट करना चाहते हैं? आप अपना शरीर किसको देना चाहते हैं? आपकी फेवरेट एक्ट्रेस को या डॉक्टर को? ये मैं पूछ रहा हूँ. ऐश्वर्या राय राजी है करने के लिए, वो कैसे करेगी उसका चिंता है. हमको क्या है, हम थोड़ी ना ऐश्वर्या राय बनने चले. वो करेगी, जिससे करेगी, काटेगी पहले.
ऐश्वर्या राय से कटवाएगी तो दीपक पूरी दुनिया से जाएगा.
ऐश्वर्या राय से आपका शरीर हवाले, ऐश्वर्या राय के हवाले करेंगे काटने के लिए, गॉल ब्लैडर ऑपरेशन करने के लिए, डॉक्टर का?
ऑब्वियसली डॉक्टर से, वरना दुनिया से कट जाना पड़ेगा.
और दुनिया से कट जाना पड़ेगा. करेक्ट. तो इससे हम सीख प्राप्त करते हैं. दिस लेसन वी लर्न that just because Aishwarya Rai cannot do a gallbladder surgery, does it make Aishwarya Rai useless? Just because the doctor is so black in color and if he goes into a movie, then movie will be a flop. Does that make the doctor useless? अगर ऐश्वर्या राय को डॉक्टर के जगह पे छोड़ दिया जाए, दुनिया से वो कट जाएगा. और डॉक्टर को अगर ऐश्वर्या राय के जगह पे जाने दीजिए तो मूवी फ्लॉप हो जाएगा. और उन दोनों को अगर भगवत गीता का क्लास देने दिए जाए, वो भगवत गीता से क्या मतलब निकालेंगे पता नहीं.
Sir,
Correct?
they both are good at different things at their
Very
own.
good. So that means Aishwarya Rai is blessed with certain quality by God. Doctor is blessed with certain quality by God, and all of you uniquely are also blessed. So instead of comparing, let us try to find out our inner potential, what I am good at, and how I can utilize that in service of society. Duryodhan was a great person. And Dhritarashtra, the problem was and that he didn't see what greatness Duryodhan had. And neither Duryodhan saw what greatness I have. He was simply absorbed in ensuring that Bhima and all the Pandavas, unko anand nahi milega, to wahi mein mera anand. That's why he lost all his greatness. You know, Duryodhan was taught by Balaramji. Duryodhan was student of Balaramji in mace fighting. That was the power. That was the caliber of Duryodhan. That was the caliber of also Karna, who was the most charitable person. That is why we say Data Karna. But they failed to realize their potential and they were keep on comparing. Unko kya mil raha hai, isko kya mil raha hai, and same was Dhritarashtra. So first sloka of Bhagavad Gita tells us to have the right perception of not comparing, but counting what blessings I have got in life. Someone can be the best actress. Someone is blessed to be the best doctor. Someone is blessed to be the best historian. Someone is blessed to be a very good musician. And let's not compare with others. Let's find out our own inner potential. Is this clear? So these 3C that we are seeing represents Dhritarashtra. First is compare. We wrongly compare. And then we compete. Imagine the doctor trying to compete and become Aishwarya Rai. I don't know what will happen. I don't know how much Fair and Lovely and foundation cream has to be applied to that doctor to become Aishwarya Rai. It is not going to happen. And then we complain. And then the doctor complains, "Arey, mera film flop ho gaya, and wo ho gaya, ye ho gaya," and he criticizes. So first we have to stop comparison. So that's what Dhritarashtra represented. So in summary, today we saw the first sloka of Bhagavad Gita. In the first sloka, we saw about Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva. How Dhritarashtra had this wrong perception that my happiness is my happiness. But we forget that it is a universal need. Happiness is a universal need. Everyone needs to be happy. And we need to see that our happiness doesn't create a hindrance in others' happiness. And then in the end, we saw about 3 C's: compare, criticize, and compete. We need to get rid of this. This is Dhritarashtra Chetana. Meri Anand, दूसरों को कष्ट नहीं देना चाहिए. ये भगवद गीता का पहला श्लोक का शिक्षा है. Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva. So we will recite the first verse again and we will end. If you have any questions, we can take. So we will recite the first verse again. Dhritarashtra Uvacha
Dhritarashtra Uvacha
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre
Samavetaayuyuttavah
Samavetaayuyuttavah
Mamaka Pandavasyaiva
Mamaka Pandavasyaiva
Ma Kurvata Sanjaya
Kim Apurvata Sanjaya
Mamaka Pandavasyaiva. मेरा और पांडव लोगों का क्या हुआ? Okay. So I will also beg forgiveness to Deepak ji. Deepak, please forgive me. It was just a hypothetical example. I pray to Krishna that your gallbladder remains all right, everything and healthy. An hypothetical example. Okay, Hare Krishna. Anyone has any question? Can ask now. Okay, I think everyone. Yes, Hare Krishna is speaking. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any question? Shall we end then?
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, who is speaking?
Yes.
Your voice is cutting. It is as if guitar is being played. You have to speak properly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. My question is, how can we get rid of these three cancers: compare, compete, and complain?
Yeah.
How can we get rid of these?
Yeah. So can we do it in next class? That is the subject matter of the next class. Because
Yes, Prabhu.
I saw that it's already 1 hour, so I didn't take I just abruptly ended there. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Okay. Okay, no problem.
Because I don't want to extend further 1 hour. I wanted to keep the time. Whatever we'll cover in 1 hour, we'll cover. And then next class we will read. Because too much of information in one class, then you don't get anything. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay.
Thank you,
What
Prabhu.
is
Hare
your name?
Krishna. Shailendra Singh.
Shailendra Singh. Okay. Next class we will discuss. Yes. Anyone
Okay,
else? Any question, clarification, comments, criticism? Anything else? Okay. I don't think. Okay, very good. I will just review all the names. Okay, very good. Aparna Singh, Ayan, Sanskar Thakur, Monalisha, Udichi. Okay, very good. Thank you so much for joining for today. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Jai Shri Bhagavad ki Jai,
Hare
Shri
Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita ki
Hare
Jai.
Krishna.
Please try to remember the first sloka, if possible, by for coming, if you can remember at least the first sloka. It's simple. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you.